Hey, welcome back. Yes, my spear does look a little bit shorter than before. That is in fact a long sword. Very well observed. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying out the dragon longsword. It's something I meant to do in the previous episode, but completely forgot. Obviously, it's the one I've infused with dragon powers, so it does innate fire damage. Since pretty much everything in this level is weak to fire, including the bosses. Let's see how we get on. I don't know if this actually do particularly any more damage than just my spear, but we'll find out. Ew, what a mess. Too much gumph just spilling out down into the next part of the valley. Down, down, deeper and down. So admittedly this part of the level is more or less horizontal. It's not really any downward traverse. There's a few sections you can get to upward, some of which can only be accessed via pure white tendency, I do believe. It's all in good fun. Hey buddy, let's find out. Okay, yeah. Next level, so you guys probably have more health than before. Still takes 2 swings, or 2 attacks, but noticeably more damage. That's a shortcut for later. That takes us basically to the boss. This level's kind of a unique one. You'll find lots of duplicate items in here. Didn't mean to do that. Like items that you've already found in other levels. Because level 5 is a weird one. It's sort of structured in a sense. I get the initial impression that they wanted the plan was for people to come here much earlier in the game, possibly before they'd fully settled on the idea of letting you go basically anywhere you wanted. So I was distracted by all the dead leeches and fish, is that maybe? Oh right, we can't roll in the swamp, can we? How did I forget that already? Yeah, you can walk a sort of a wade waddle. You can run with a little hop, skip and a jump, but you cannot roll. Dodge rolling is, well, disabled essentially. Jellyfish. Unfortunately, no shield skipping to the top of the level, a la Ocarina of Time here. That's actually a point. Speaking of my Ocarina, which is on the shelf just over the way from me, because I have the time, I should actually invest some of it in learning a few more songs on my Ocarina. The lovely lady was nice enough to get me as a birthday gift last year. Last year at this point, yeah, bloody hell. Learned a bunch of stuff from Legend of Zelda, learned a few bits and pieces from Star Wars, a few bits of Full Metal Alchemist songs that have been set as pure instrumental pieces, and then just never really picked it up again. Which that was only 4 months ago that I basically stopped playing because I just ran out of time and energy. Which is the case with a lot of things, actually. Yeah. Pretty much work killed all my initiative to do things outside of work, except for eat, sleep, and occasionally play video games for my own amusement. Just numbing to the mind, body, and soul. That's how much it was sort of becoming. Yeah, well. This extended many-month vacation, well, it has its upsides and its downsides. Come on. This is basically the level, by the way. Seeing glowies in the distance, running towards them, and hoping you don't get savagely mauled along the way. Because, yeah. So, there's a bit of a draw distance thing going on here, which is a rather interesting approach. You wade around the swamp, slowly dying from poison, desperately making your way towards all the lights in the distance, hoping there's nothing else out there that's also making it towards the lights. Or worse, that those lights are deliberate lures from creatures waiting to savage your butthole. Which, in several cases, is the case. Especially with the case we're doing right now. There is a black phantom wandering around here, the original version of Maneater Mildred, carrying a giant greatsword, and just to make it doubly unfair, for some reason she is completely unaffected by the physics of the swamp. Like, she can still run, roll, dodge, absolutely fine. You can't do the same if you come here as an invader. You can't do the same if you come here as a summoned. There is nothing in the game that allows you to do that yourself. There's no, like, equivalent of the Rusted Iron Ring from Dark Souls. Just for apparently no explained reason, she can move freely in the swamp. Ooh, War Scythe, nice. And you cannot. The War Scythe, by the way, is actually a really fun polearm to use. Especially if you... I used to like doing low-level invasions with the war scythe. Stupidly long reach, even for a polearm. Really good damage, even at, with no scaling, just relying purely on upgrades. And then buffing it with, sticky white stuff or turpentine. Just, yeah, you could make a real pest of yourself pretty quickly. I used to come in as what I called the Plague Invader. So Poison Cloud, War Scythe, I say sticky white stuff or turpentine, and the Shaman's gear. Sort of RPing as a shaman of the Valley of Defilement before Astraea came about. So that's the point actually, all the inhabitants of this valley, they did not originally look like this. Originally they were, just grubby humans for the most part. A few tribalistic societies surviving amongst the islands in the midst of a vast poisonous swamp, that sort of thing. The dregs and deluge of humanity. Then Astraea came about, and we'll discuss more about what she did and what it resulted in when we actually get to her. Right, can I parry this? Oh shit. Can I? No, you can't parry. Oh crap, you can't parry two hands? Ah! Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, she went straight for the two-hand strong attacks, which you can't parry. Round 2. Don't you call it a comeback. Just need to get to an island where I can maneuver properly. No! Oh, fuck. Heavy weapons have got... Oh, the mistake is made! The mistake is made! Basically stun lock her if I'm careful. Go! Nope, don't you dare miss. Nope, nope. Attack! Ah, fuck, no, don't. There we go. Whew. Yeah, it's a much harder fight again if you come here at lower levels, or even mediocre levels. Leaving it as literally like the last level I come here as, it sort of undersells that fight. A lot of the fights I've done have been undersold by the fact that I've just... not exactly power leveled per se, but I've known exactly what I want to do and I've gone for it. If you're just wandering around blind, sort of throwing levels, into various stats as and when... Is it pure Sucker Stone just there? Actually, what does Sucker Stone do? Is that bleed? No, it's marrow for bleed, isn't it? What does Sucker Stone do? Actually, can't remember. Let's see, Dragonstone is fire, Mercury is poison, Sharp is regular, Dex aligned weapons, Hard is regular, Strength aligned weapons, Blade is to convert a weapon to scale pretty much exclusively with Dex, Greystone exclusively with Strength, Faint Stone is Faith, Moonstone and Dark Moonstone scale with intelligence, convert your weapon to scale with intelligence and add magic damage. So yeah, that leaves 2 types of stones, but only 1 type of damage left, which is bleed. So either Marrow or Sucker does bleed, and the other one does something? I genuinely don't remember. Oh god. The mosquitoes. They're even worse in this. Because unlike in Dark Souls... Yep, there it is. Ah, fuck. They have a unique grab attack, where not only do they drain some of your health and knock you prone for a while, but having drained your health, they then gain this ability, which you probably remember from Dark Souls as them just possessing from the get-go. But it's stronger, does a lot more damage, and pretty much instantly poisons. It's not fun. Really, really not. Hey, buddy. Ow! I keep forgetting that I can't, block an attack, because I'm not using a spear anymore. Somewhere down there, there's a White World Tendency event, where an NPC will appear. She has what is semi-arguably probably the best in terms of defensive stats and nothing else. Armor for a female character you can get within any part of the game. There's a character we'll meet in the next level who drops what is arguably the best armor for a male NPC you can possibly get in the game. A male character, you know what I meant. This is the place to come when it comes to armor. Although admittedly, there's arguments to be made for the brushwood set, I guess, which has ridiculous levels of defense, but is also so ridiculously unwieldy. There's a fair chance that you're barely going to be able to move while wearing it, unless you've heavily invested into endurance. Yeah, you ain't moving. Pretty much, it's built for a strength build, essentially, that set of armor. That's all I can really say. Ow! Stop getting the first hit, you arseholes. I'm used to having at least equal, if not better, reach than everyone I encounter. This is not fair. Only I should have the advantage of reach. Yep. There we go. Now, there's a bunch of extra goodies out in this side of the swamp, because the swamp is divided by a big wooden wall. However, most of them aren't particularly worth going to get, if I'm perfectly honest. It tends to be like a few extra souls, some ephemeral eye stones. I think it's scattered out there, so I don't think there's anything particularly interesting like in terms of weapons or anything like that. There is a second thief ring out here somewhere. I'll take a little jog, because I know it's close to the edge. Try and see if we can find it. Just to point it out if anyone wants to come this way for any particular reason. Again, I've always thought that being a thief ring here is really weird. Because like, you can get it in the very first level of the game that you play, like the proper level. You have no option except to go through that level, so in theory the thief ring is pretty much unmissable as long as you're paying attention. Then giving you another chance to pick it up like right at the end of the game, in theory, if you're playing like in level order, seems a weird one. Which again brings me back to me personally thinking that the value defilement was supposed to have occurred much earlier in the playthrough. Like, I reckon they originally intended this game to be a bit more linear than it ended up being, and value defilement was supposed to feature much earlier in the level order than it ended up doing. That's one explanation. The alternative explanation is simply they threw a bunch of duplicate items to try and account for the fact that people could approach the levels in any order they wanted. It's like, well, just in case people come straight here instead of doing this, we'll throw a bunch of items in here so they can get this first, kind of thing. It sort of makes sense, actually. It's obviously World 5 and World 1 are the first archstones that you encounter on each, oh god damn it, on each side of the stairs. So in some ways you could see that as being clever. Like, if people follow their natural inclination to go like from one side to another, if somebody goes from right to left instead of left to right, they come here first, enemies aren't particularly difficult to kill, they've got obvious weaknesses to things that you should be able to encounter early in the game, i.e. fire. And there are duplicates of items that you will find throughout the rest of the game as well. So you won't be handicapped by starting here first, in theory. And arguably, like I've said before, you get what I think is probably the most useful spell in the entire game from the boss we've just fought, so bonus points to that. Hey, sluggy, 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 sluggy. Stab! Ah. Missing each other. Slight variation in terrain. Both enemy and player character utterly confused. Damn it all. Yeah, enemies that are close to the ground are a pain in the ass to hit. Unless you're like point blank on them, in which case you might as well just be attacking them with your sword. In fact, it's two-handers. Well, it still takes two swings, but I'll take it. It's fine. It's a lot of slugs. A lot of slugs. Bloody hell. That was pointless. I spent nearly 5 minutes doing that and got nothing for it except for a few bits of sucker stone. Not even a decent amount of souls. That was utterly Why did I spend my time doing that? That was genuinely pointless. Ah, Miyazaki, you troll. You have to go up there to get... Oh, you have to go up there to get the Moonlight Sword, don't you? Don't know if you can go up there right now. You have to wait for a World Tendency event first. Might need a World Tendency event. Don't quote me on that. It's already been shown that I don't really remember, so... We'll just assume that I'm right, though. Generally the way we like to do it. edge around here. So I don't really want to fight the giant barbarians if I can get away with it. Because I've mentioned they're not particularly fun to fight, especially when you can't dodge out the way of the damn things. If you're forced to fight them, you know, fair and square, quote unquote. Oh, bugger off. You're gonna chase me? You can't get in here, surely. Should be fine, yeah? No, he can get in here. He can get in here. Oh. Sorry, let's quit out. Reset them. No! Bloody delay to Demon Souls menus. Okay, thankfully, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 both reset enemies to spawn locations. So he's buggered off back over there. This shouldn't be too much. Oh, fucking hell. I woke up the entire neighborhood though. Jesus Christ. And this is where I die to mobs anyway, right? Oh god. Nearly. Nearly. Ugh. Oh god, now they're farting at me. Stop it. It's uncouth. I mean, admittedly I'm poisoned already, so you can't double poison me, thankfully. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. Piece of candy. Right, is everyone dead? Nope. Sir, there you go. Right, is everyone now dead? Am I allowed to do what I came here to do? Scavenge items, kill bosses, perhaps do a bit of shopping in the meanwhile as well. Is that allowed? Anyone else got any objections? Grand. Ooh.
Won't you buy?
Yeah, sure. Oh, god
Finished
damn it.
already? You wretched penny pincher. Just let the children of the poor die, is that it?
That's an option, but no. What was I thinking in this case?
Please, but
I'm trying to save you from being mauled to death by a beak-nosed lunatic. But it's fine. You can buy some decent stuff from you, can't you? Ooh, war pick. Again, that's fun as well. Boys and arrows? Nice. Ah, oh, chain set. I actually really like the look of the chain set. I can't remember what it looks like on a female character though. It's one of the ones that has a difference. Alright.
finished. I own.
Let's take a look. I'm probably not going to replace the silver coronet, but I might replace the rest of it a bit later on. Let's do what I got for now. And, yeah. Yep. Die! It's a particularly stinky one. Not sure what's going on with that guy stuck in the scenery. Ah, game. You're funny. What we got? Anything interesting around here? Place I can climb up and cause mischief and mayhem? Yes, yes. Hi. Ow! Stings, damn it. All the faint stone. Again, sadly for a weapon type I'm never going to utilize or make. Can't get back up there. Didn't. Yeah, I wasn't trying to roll anyway, game, but thank you for giving me animation. At least I know that I almost had the roll glitch, which I've been getting a lot of. I mean, it was sort of infamous in Demon Souls, the PS3 proper copy, but not particularly common per se. It was infamous for happening at bad moments, but it wasn't like as ridiculously common as I seem to be getting it. I can only assume this is like a weird emulator-specific glitch thing going on here. Like anytime I attempt to run forward while the camera is to the right hand side of my character, the character just auto rolls. Even if I'm like pushing down and holding circle, just go straight into a roll instead of a run. Again, that was sort of a roll coming out instead of a run. That was a known but not particularly common glitch on the actual PS3 when you were playing Demon Souls. Oh well. Never mind, never mind. Yeah. Lovely lady is texting me again. I shall have to wait until I've finished scouring the area and killing the boss. And we'll find out what it is our little heart desires. Sort that out. Ah! Stop pushing me! It's not even a useful attack. It's terrifying when you're playing on the previous level where there's lots of death drops everywhere. To have enemies that push you as part of their standard moveset. Here, where everything's pretty much horizontal, again, not particularly difficult to deal with, just irritating mostly. I mean, yeah, occasionally if one of them does it in the middle of a mob and the rest decide to just do standard attacks, then it can be terrifying because you can't defend yourself, you can't block, you can't roll. You're in the middle of a stagger animation. But the game doesn't really plan attacks like that. It's random essentially. So in that respect, it never feels quite as dangerous a situation as perhaps it could. Why am I complaining that a FromSoft game is less difficult or dangerous than it could be? Why is that a thing I'm here to be doing? Die! Ah! Well, you impeded my progress by 0.5 of a second. I hope you're happy. He probably is as well. Anything good? Poppable soul, don't really care about that. I've not really had to use much by the way of poppable souls actually. Thanks to all that farming I did right at the beginning of this. I really set myself up. Yeah, I set myself up really well. This is not me patting myself on the back by the way, this is me coming to an unexpected realisation. It's like, by doing something I didn't particularly intend to do, I'm going to a situation where I've not really needed to do much grinding of any sort. I mean, I feel like grinding, materials. Weird. Just a weird realisation I've come to, that was a thing that happened. What do you know? More Faint Stone, which I'll never ever use unless I decide to take this character into like high new game pluses and max out all the stats kind of thing. So I can use any weapon I want whenever I feel like it. At which point you start doing that, just to make sure you're using the most optimal damage type in any situation. Because you get up to like new game plus 9, where everything, even at max stats, can like two-shot you. Yeah, you want every weapon advantage you can possibly get. Well, admittedly, when you get to the higher new games, having different weapon types tends to be actually less advantageous than just having a decent weapon that's properly aligned with your stats, and then buffing it as applicable. For the most part. Down there is where the shaman set is. Kill Glowy Buddy down there, who looks no different than any other defiled shaman in the entire place. So how on earth you were ever supposed to notice? There's nothing that would make you think particularly to go after him if you weren't already like being a bit of a perfectionist and clearing stuff out kind of thing. He's out of the way. I mean, you have to deliberately drop off the obvious path to go kill him. That triangle of lights to my right you saw there, by the way, that is essentially a trap. There's a bunch of enlarged barbarians just hanging out in the general area waiting to wreck your shit as soon as you go for that triangle of glowy goodness. I mean, there's some alright items on there as I recall. It's mostly like ephemeral ice stones, that sort of thing, but again, if you've got a bit of time and patience and like the thief ring and such, and some spells you can pop them with one at a time from a distance, yeah, go for it. I've basically come into this level with a semi-low level flame spell just for taking out regular enemies that are just not the enlarged barbarians, and then some stuff that I want to mess around with in the boss fight at the end of this level. That's the idea. Slap slap, slap slap slap, slap slap slap, slap that booty, slap that booty, slap that lizard booty. It's taking a long time. There we go. A chunk of faint stone, nice. I can't remember where you get a pure faint stone from. It might be from killing the boss at the end of this level, actually. I'm curious to go find out now. Yeah. Oh wait, no. Is pure faint stone what you get from Urbane's fangirl? I thought it was pure grey stone she gives you. I can't remember, actually. Again, if you're watching this and curious, by all means, go look it up, or better yet, pick up a copy of the game. You can still get it on PSN if you've still got a PS3 active. I think it's available on PS Now, if that's a thing that you've got as an option. You can probably find a physical copy secondhand somewhere. It might not be particularly cheap, especially the North American copy, actually. So And if you already got it all handy, but perhaps you've not got easy access to your PS3, you can do what I'm doing. Rip a copy from your disc and just play it on emulator. Assuming you got a semi-decent PC. You'll be absolutely fine. I always encourage people to play more Demon Souls, because Demon Souls, I still think is probably the best of FromSoft's current lineup. I mean, I quite liked the original Dark Souls, still do. I have mixed feelings about Sekiro. I think the only game that I would put on the same tier as Demon Souls is Bloodborne. And part of that admittedly might be because I reckon the games are linked, despite what the official word is. I think there is some linkage going on there. And I want... So I'm trying to set up the Hyper Mage build real quick. I need Magical Sharpness Ring. Yes, I do. Then MP Read. Actually, is MP Read? No. Rat. Rat Ring, that's what I want. Okay. Fire Spray. And you'll see why I'm using Fire Spray, specifically because it's a very, very early level spell. You've got to think, oh wait, Flame Toss is also an early level spell. Yes, it is. However, get rid of the armor. There we go. So with all the stuff equipped, we are doing like 54, 55 points of damage per tiny bolt. And each bolt takes like 2 MP. So we can quite literally just circle strafe for days and machine gun this guy down. Like our damage quota is going into the thousands at this point. Before we're going to need to start popping spice to recharge. And is it going to hit me? No? Okay, I'll just keep popping, I guess. Oh, yeah, oh, crap, yeah, it did. Okay. Alright, quick fireball. Right, and roll. There we go. Okay, Rat Ring is now active as well, so that goes from 54 to... Wait for it. 100 points per pop. For a spell that does like 2 MP a shot. And I can move and circle with it. Like 10 seconds, over 1,000 damage. That is how insane magic boosting in Demon Souls is. I bloody love it. And you can do shit like that with like a base level character as well. That's the best of it. You can turn a level 1 character into an absolute beast of magical damage just with items. It's great. Okay. Reset my rings to what's going to be useful in the next fight. Yeah. My standard thief and regenerator setup. And what time is it? Yeah, it's actually... Oh, actually gonna have to stop for the night, aren't I? Much to my own disappointment, I'm afraid. We are gonna have to call it a night. But yes, thank you all for watching. I'm very happy you've chosen to do so. And, yeah. We're gonna call it a night. So once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed yourself, make a note of things. More of these videos will be coming all too soon in the future. See you around, guys. Bye-bye now.